Hi, I'm Jerome Musali. Welcome to another episode of Meet the Gaffer. So in 1980, the then creator of Modern was actually working at Chapman Leonard, working on the Pee-wee, the Hustler, and decided that there was a need for grip equipment in the industry. And so, along with his two other brothers, decided to create Modern Studio Equipment. And they were doing canvas fabrics, and they were doing hardware, small things, small projects. It was mainly a 500 square foot garage, not too far away from where we're at right now. And then within a couple years, it started gaining traction. More productions, larger companies started wanting to have products that weren't necessarily industry standard manufactured. And so it grew out of a kind of a niche custom request. And from there, it went on to another facility and another facility until it became what it is today. Although Modern has always had quality gear and it's kind of the industry standard as far as our customers are concerned, the one thing that we wanted to address was availability, stock levels, making sure that we were meeting the demand that was in the market. And our owner at the time, although making cutting edge equipment, was more into customizing and making small products and small batches for grips, which was great. But at the same time, we realized that there was a bigger need out there to fulfill. And so the new ownership came in, and we worked together in order to make sure that stock levels are always on exactly what they need to be, that we're meeting the minimum requirements as far as what we want to have on the shelves, and that orders are going out in a steady pace. When our founder realized that Modern needed to stand out in order to create its name, and so instead of doing chrome and black zinc and other colors that companies are doing, we decided to go with gold zinc. And gold zinc, we felt, served a purpose as well. Although it identified Modern as a brand, is far more repellent to rust than other metals or coatings are. So it also served a purpose, but now it's become kind of part of our catchphrase, the gold standard in grip equipment. Just as Modern was created in that niche market, we kind of stayed there. And so, whereas one company might be better at stands, one company might be better at dollies, one company might be better at carts, Modern decided to focus on the grips and the rigging keys and the dolly grips and make sure that we make products that are usable in everyday life. So it might not be the stand that's on the set, or it might not be the doorway dolly that's being used, but any car mount, any rigging accessory, any niche product is definitely going to be a Modern product. So when Modern started in 1980, it was all manual. Everything was manual. In fact, it was actually only the three brothers that were manufacturing everything. So one would be sewing, one would be cutting the saw, the other one would be welding. And obviously we knew in order to get to this state where we are now, we needed to grow and we needed to evolve. So it was a 100% manual company for the first 34 years of its existence. So from manual lathes, mills, all of the machinists, there was zero CNC manufacturing process going on. So raw materials would come in, they'd be cut by hand. Cheese plates were done by drill. Nothing was done as far as an automation process. So with the new ownership, a new investment came in, and we made sure to bring in new Haas CNC machines. So we brought in 2 lathes and a mill. They work basically 24 hours a day, almost 7 days a week. Hopefully we'll be up to 7 days a week. And we make sure that the product is always on the shelves and ready to go. So Modern was the first company to bring in stainless steel as a viable product as far as grip equipment. We were the first company to manufacture stainless steel stands and the first company to do stainless steel flag and cutter frames as well as open end frames. We use only military grade 304 domestic stainless steel, so none of it is imported from out of the US. It is definitely by far the strongest material available. And as far as weight comparison, is within just a couple of ounces from anything of regular steel or chrome plated steel. And that transition happened approximately 14 to 15 years ago, where we went completely stainless for all that. That allows us to not have to depend on a third-party vendor to coat our products. So basically it can come in from the mill, get cut, go into what it needs to be made into, and go to the consumer without having to go through the third party, waiting through the process of plating. This morning we received a call from a production that is on a large scale that needs to shoot tonight, and they needed a lot of product and they needed it quick. They needed 60 pieces of what we call a concave baby, and the concave baby goes around trees, goes around phone poles, basically so that you can add a light. You just ratchet tie down around any pole and it works out. And then they needed 200 baby pins, and unfortunately baby pins are a hot commodity around here. We can never really keep them on the shelf. However, because we manufacture on premises, because we don't have to worry about third-party vendors, we told them we're going to make it happen. And so at 5 o'clock, that production will be here, and they'll be picking up 200 pins, and they'll be picking up 60 telephone plates, and we're going to make sure they have what they need, because that's what we do. Modern started off because of a custom needs and custom grip equipment. We've kind of strayed from that path, and we found that although it is what got us to where we are, we realized that we are a grip equipment manufacturer. And a grip equipment manufacturer that doesn't have grip equipment on the shelves isn't really worth being a grip equipment manufacturer. So although we have currently ceased doing custom jobs, we do work with the grips, and if it's an adaptation of something we currently make, we're happy to still do it. If it's from a start to finish job, we most likely will refer you to someone else at this time. We hope to go back to that in the future, but right now we need to make sure that when you need that 200 sleeves for 1.25", we have them on the shelf and we have them ready to go. Till then, we'll see you next time. We don't work on set every day. We don't see what the problems are, what the shortcomings are of any piece of equipment. We rely on our customers, and our customers are valuable information. They have everything we need. They know what needs to be made. They know what's wrong with the industry. They know what's wrong with even products we make. And we have no problem admitting if there's a problem, then we need to know and we need to fix it. But that's how everything got created. Modern has over 2,800 SKUs of products that have been made since 1980, and some stuff translates and it's every competitor has it or everybody in the industry has it, but there's some stuff that's just Modern, and that's a direct reflection of our customers and their willingness to work with us, and that's how we create the best grip equipment available.
And here are those tree or pole clamps. This is the junior version.
I always wonder what those were.
I know. I always thought, like, you know, it was a Roman breastplate or something, but no, that totally makes sense. Now I got to get a couple. And this is their new clamp. It's the MP9 Modern, so it's multi-purpose 9. So I guess it's got 9 different places that you can put this pin. So this pin actually goes on the end of the thread, goes here, here, here. Yeah. Oh, and maybe on the other side, I don't know. And then what's interesting too about this clamp is you can push out to clamp as well as push in. So it works both ways. So it's, and then I guess they have it covered with this covering, or you can get it without. And it's like half the price. So it's like $90 for the pin, for the $90 for the clamp, or $50 if you don't have the covering.